the honesty of the podcast, and that's one of the things that I want to maintain. So
it's like live. Everyone likes live things, live sports, live reality TV,
live everything. Like, which, just for the record, is the only reason to have paid subscription or anything anymore. It's because it's live, right? I just want live sports and live everything else. Hey, hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome to One Last Take. Joining you once again on the mic, the Rubizmo, the Gizmo, PsychoGeno.
Yeah.
And we're coming to you live and direct once again with another nonsense episode.
You know what? I don't know. I had a thought this morning. It came to me. I'm going to throw it out there live.
Fire away.
Like you do.
Live and direct.
The name of the show, One Last Take. Great name. But I don't know if it really captures everything that we talk about, that we are.
We do have a lot. We talk about a lot of stuff.
We do. So I had a thought.
Fire away.
Listeners, you can please give us your comments. But Rubizmo, what do you think of talk sports, talk life, and a little advice?
Love it as a tag. Love it as a slogan.
Because we talk sports, we talk life, and we give a little advice.
It's like eating good in the neighborhood. It'd be an awful restaurant, but a great slogan. When you're here, your family. You already know where I'm talking about. Have it your way. I like it.
Wait. When you're here, your family. Who is that?
It used to be Olive Gardens. I think theirs is technically now like we're all family here or something. They changed it a little bit, but I like the idea. Just do it. I like that.
That is really simple.
Oh, that's extremely simple. Our podcast is way more complicated than Nike, platform. I like the idea because I feel like originally when we started, I was like, you know what? We've got a lot to talk about in the sports world. And it turns out people, while they do love the sports world, they also love our takes on just everything.
Right.
It's not just limited to the world of sports. And sometimes I feel like people need to know that. I feel like there should be a way we can express that directly through the title. I'm not necessarily married to One Last Take. Folks, you are listening to the brand new podcast, Untitled, at this point.
Untitled.
I don't hate One Last Take. It's still a take on things.
Yeah.
Which is nice. But we should have a tag phrase so that the first time listeners, and I'm hearing we have new listeners all the time. Okay? People don't understand how quickly things grow. New listeners coming every single day that have never, sat down and listened to a show. And they have no idea what they're in for, right? If they're basing it strictly off the name, then they're lost. They could be completely lost.
The name itself says One Last Take, so you're right. It's a bit ambiguous.
It is ambiguous, but our topics can be ambiguous at times, right? There's no general flow necessarily to the topic.
Sometimes we get a little Matthew Berry-ish.
Occasionally, with a lot. You know what? Maybe we should put it for vote. We should take listener advice, listener feedback. What do they think the tagline should be? I like it. And if they want to hear a different name, I'm open for that too.
Yeah,
I'm open for that too. Suggestion
please,
box coming soon. They're coming now. So send us your tweets, send us your emails. You know how to find us. In the meantime, we were talking. I just walked in here talking about how important live things are. I saw this the other day. PlayStation VUE is dying. They're ending their subscription service next year. And the idea is that people no longer, need cable subscription services. They don't need anything to do with that. We all know this.
This has been for many, many years now.
For many years. The cable model is dead. I appreciate
it's
PlayStation
not
VUE
dead
trying.
Yet.
Well, that's because the people who watch it are not dead yet. It's a generational thing. But the only thing that I needed PSVUE for was the Redzone. It allowed me to DVR NFL Redzone and go on about my day Sunday and then come home and watch 7 hours of uninterrupted football. And that is priceless.
So when you go home,
right,
you watch the Redzone. You don't watch the actual games.
I watch the Redzone because I can't watch the actual games themselves. You'd only have like two options, the Fox broadcast or the CBS broadcast. So I don't want to be committed to those. Redzone gives me all the games across the league, all the scores, major plays, consistently keeping up with the drives. They're doing for me what I would do if I had the remote and access to every single game. They're doing it for me. Then they put the remote down. Put the remote down. We'll do it for you. And I'm like, thank you. Although their host, it's not Andrew Siciliano, it's the other guy, Scott Hansen.
Yeah, Hansen.
Wretched. How did this guy get the job?
We
should be doing that.
I very rarely watch the Redzone channel because I'm actually watching the games. But
right.
What do you mean he's wretched?
He's awful. This guy has no idea what he's talking about half the time.
He has no idea?
No idea. He doesn't know what plays are going on. It took like 3 years before he finally figured out to stop announcing what happened in the play before they showed it. Oh, we're going back to the Dolphin game. Long touchdown coming from Fitzpatrick. Watch this. And it's like, well, you just killed all the excitement. You killed all the buzz. Oh, we're going to Chicago. Watch this punt return for a touchdown. People had to tweet him live to shut the heck up. Stop telling us what's happening. It took him years to figure that out. Now he doesn't know the scores that are going on. Oh, there was a fumble. Like, dog, it was a punt. What are you talking about? There's no turn. He doesn't know what's going on. I'm not sure if he's even watching football.
Do you mute him?
No, I don't mute him because I want to hear the games. But when they do the quick switch between, like, you'll just hear him.
Yeah, I'm familiar with
commentary.
So you don't want to know what's coming, but you're
don't.
not watching all the games live. Not because you're not watching it live because they're recorded, but you're not watching them as it's happening anyway. So
well, no, it's live to me because I'm seeing it for the first time. So, I mean, the morning games have taken place technically in the real world, and anyone can spoil it for me, which is why I shut my phone off.
Right.
But on the actual Red Zone, I haven't seen it. This is all fresh to me. This is all brand new. And because of that, don't spoil it. And you know what? It wasn't just me. It was everybody. And that's why he finally stopped doing it. He's like, I'm getting the messages. I'll stop announcing it. And then now you kind of know when something's coming because they'll just switch to Cincinnati and the Ravens, and nothing will be said. I'm like, well, they're at the 35-yard line. I guess I know what's coming.
Which do you prefer? Do you prefer him to say something?
Don't say anything. Don't, because at least if he doesn't say anything, I can assume he's just not paying attention or he's incompetent. Like, that's cool. At least, it's not malicious.
And I guess you don't know what's coming. It could be a touchdown. It could be a pick six.
Right. And the worst things about it are when he's announcing something great for a player I'm playing against in fantasy. That's the worst part. Like, if I'm going against, Ezekiel Elliott, he's like,
I thought you don't know. How do
Zeke.
you know? How do you know?
Because you have an idea. I know who I'm playing, and I'm aware of every team's team.
Well, see, why do you know who you're playing?
Because people tell me. I have an office league, so I'm aware of who I'm playing each week, and I know what their team looks like because I remember.
That's unfortunate.
I'm a good fantasy player. That's why I keep up with stuff. There's a phrase that says, "Don't attribute to malice what could be attributed to ignorance."
And can you explain that for everyone?
I'm just saying, like, you can't immediately assume that somebody has a negative, motive behind something when it could just be that they're dumb. Right? You've heard of this before, right?
I've never heard the saying before. No.
I'm gonna take a gander and look at it. How do you watch? You're watching it at a local sports bar. I don't know if we want to give free publicity.
Yes, I will give free publicity. Buffalo Wild Wings. This specific location. The reason why I like it is because they have the games on set televisions. There's no, hey, I'm sitting here. Hey, can you turn on the Lions game? No, sir. No, ma'am. The game is here. You need to be sat near the TV. And I like it. You walk in, you find where the games are located, and you move on from there. You enjoy all the games.
Yeah. The only thing that makes me nervous about Buffalo Wild Wings is
nervous.
Yeah. The only thing is having to sit there, and I'm a nibbler. Like, I like to eat while I watch shows.
Oh, my gosh.
I feel like I'd be out of $300.
It's a cheat day. Oh, you're talking about financial.
No, I'm talking about just caloric. Like, I just don't want to keep eating chicken wings for 8 hours straight. That just feels like I'm, cruising for a bruising,
No, I definitely don't do that. I get some chips and some dip or something in the morning, and then and we're in the West Coast, so 10 a.m.
10 a.m.
10 a.m., chips, dip, and then afternoon games I throw on some wings.
You got to go figure. In line with one of the things we talked about before on everything having its own day, National Cat Day just passed.
Mm-hmm.
Dumbest day again. Not a day.
Each day cannot be the dumbest.
You know what? Each one's dumber than the one before. This one outdoes the last one. Every episode, it feels like I've got another dumb day that they're celebrating and putting things out. National Cat Day was the one that just passed.
Do you not like cats?
I'm not a huge cat. I like lions and tigers.
Okay,
cheetahs.
then. Yeah, cats. Like I said, cats.
Yeah, I like those kind of cats.
Okay.
I don't necessarily like house cats.
Why?
They don't do anything for me. They don't do anything for me. They're not excited. When you come home, they don't, you can't train them. They're not jumping all around. You can't play fetch.
You can train cats.
I've never seen someone walking their cat.
What?
You've never seen anyone walking their cat.
I have.
I've seen someone walking a pig here in the city.
No. I have seen someone walking a cat. Cats are trained. They're trained to use the kitty litter box.
Huh.
You can train a cat to use a toilet.
Yeah, I saw that on Shark Tank. It was an incredible adventure, and I'm surprised she got a...
So there you go. You can train
deal
cats.
from it.
Cats can be trained.
Dogs are easier to train and just generally better overall. Man's best friend, not man's best feline.
By dog, you also include wolves?
I would include anything that's down the line from the wolves. So, there. I heard, I was watching something on Netflix talking about how the wolves and dogs came to be. About how, like, there was just a certain segment of the wolves that figured out if they hung out close to the humans, they could eat the leftovers, basically.
Yeah.
And the other segment of dogs were like, let's just kill the humans and we get it all.
Yeah.
And there was just sort of a divide.
Yeah, and they protected the humans.
And then they started protecting the humans from the other dogs. And the humans were like, hey, this is kind of cool. Next thing you know, I've got a multi-poo.
Yeah, mixed breeding and yeah.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Hanlon's razor, Hanlon. That was the expression. Don't attribute to malice what can be attributed to just stupidity. Speaking of things that are stupid and things that are
I thought you already did that with National Cat Day.
Yeah, that was just recognition of a dumb thing. Here's something that was dumb that everyone hated for the longest time. It's finally getting a change.
Everyone?
NCAA not allowing athletes to get paid.
Okay, yeah, I agree.
Most people hated it. I don't want to say everyone. Some people are like, there's getting scholarships and stuff. Okay. Apparently they're changing that.
Yeah.
They're officially changing it, and their players are allowed to make money off of their likeness. Is this the easiest thing that ever had to be decided in a court? Or I don't even know if it went to a court. I just know there was a ruling. I guess California had some type of law change, and so now NCAA is like, yeah, we need to do what's best for the players suddenly.
I agree. I've been waiting for I don't even like collegiate sports as far as entertaining.
Right.
But even I understand they need to be paid.
Yeah. That's the key. It's not even just about them being special. It's just about if they're generating millions of dollars, they should get some portion of that. And I didn't particularly care till someone like kind of broke down how little time they have to do anything, how they can't work outside of, they're at school supposedly going to classes.
Well, come on now.
I said
Typically,
supposedly.
Yeah.
Then they have practice, which takes up a lot of time.
Yeah.
Where was the 9 to 5 in that? I don't know, because they're not able to make money. So I'm like, when they have a date and they want to go to the movies to watch The Joker, they can't afford it.
No.
They just don't have. They can't get
Well,
groceries from
money
people.
under the table,
which is what I would have done. I'd have taken all the money under the table.
That's what they all did.
And it's the right thing to do. You got to do what you got to do to get by. And it's a new age of thinking. Speaking of new age of thinking,
What?
Gen Z. Have you heard of the Gen Zers? All these kids coming.
Generation Z?
Generation Z, the new thing.
What about it?
They got a new slogan that they're firing back at your old people with, the baby boomers. It's just, okay, boomers. That's the new slogan. That's
Meaning what?
It's just basically like, we can completely disregard you and you mean nothing to me anymore.
Oh, so a situation where someone who is older says something to a Generation Z guy or girl, and they just say, okay, boomers.
Exactly.
Are you serious?
That's it. And that's trending everywhere. And I wanted to jump in on it because I feel like we hated baby boomers first as millennials, and we're not getting any credit for it.
Oh, my God.
I feel like
look at us.
I've been against the boomers for a while and getting no recognition. And now the Gen Zers get their little hashtag going, and suddenly it's a big thing.
It'll blow over.
I hope so, because I want something new to come along that I can also take credit for. But boomers in general, they are kind of raunchy. Not raunchy. They're
What do you mean?
ornery.
What are you talking about?
Old people that get off my lawn. They're just old cranky people, and things were better back then and were no good. I feel like the majority of them have that sort of take on things.
Yeah, people naturally fear change.
Do they?
Yeah,
I think
we do.
some people naturally fear change.
We all fear change.
I don't know if I agree to that. I think a lot of people recognize change and embrace it. Like you're a lot of old people who are young at heart, and they do a lot of young things, and those are the cool ones, right? They don't concrete or solidify their mind at a certain state. They're cool with change.
You sit here every recording, and you're upset about National This Day. That is you not accepting change.
I need a good national. I like Martin Luther King Day. That's a good one.
Yeah, I bet you do
Christmas,
like the
Easter,
original days. I
4th
bet
of
you
July.
do like these days.
Those are really good days.
Yeah, you like the OG days.
I am down for any days that have a legitimate reason for being celebrated. I'm okay with the day. I'm not down with the celebration.
Okay, millennial.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah, that's how you sound right now.
I heard that.
Yeah, that's how you sound right now.
Fair enough. Some people listening will agree with you. Majority won't. As usual, I have a feeling the majority of people who listen to us think that all these days are stupid. Tomorrow's National Wood Chair Day, by the way.
Awesome.
I made that up, and you fell right into it.
If
Too willing.
If
Too
so,
willing to jump in.
Yeah,
Ron
why
Swanson
not?
over here, just accepting the hardworking wood chairs.
Of course.
Awful.
You are all about Americans working hard. What's not to accept?
That's a good point. You know what else I'm about? I'm about Americans working and doing what's asked of them. Deadspin fired one of their editors recently.
Okay.
And the idea being that he didn't want to fall in line. And I guess the higher-ups of the company sent down a memo company-wide that said, hey, Deadspin people, stick to sports. Don't go into politics and culture and all this other stuff. There are plenty of other places and outlets for people to get that. You guys just focus on sports. If it has something to do with sports, stick to it. If it doesn't, don't.
Makes
Very
sense.
simple. And he was like, nah, we gotta cover everything. Things have to be sort of interconnected, and the world is more connected than just sports, and everyone has a say, and LeBron talks about this.
Yeah, but that's not what you did.
That's what I said. And now all the employers are caping up for this guy, talking about he shouldn't have been let go. This is a ridiculous policy. It's draconian and all this nonsense.
They're just tired of writing about sports.
That's all it is. Then quit. Ain't nobody.
They're not dumb enough to quit.
Yeah, that's exactly. They're going to fall in line. Keep up the chatter, and they could hire me to fire every one of them, and I would gladly do it, and then resign my position. I'm tired of having everything interconnected. Is it just me?
It is.
It feels like everything has to have a large political statement behind it. I'm tired of going to sports pages and listening to them give me their take on Black Lives Matter. I'm tired of going,
that's
to
not
McDonald's.
happening anymore. What are you talking about? When you go to sports pages, there's no Black Lives Matter anything right now.
I'm saying that they were consistently and perpetually in social justice movements. That's a fact. There was a black McDonald's page at one point.
What does that mean?
For black people.
Huh?
Legitimate. It was like 360 black McDonald's.com.
What does that mean?
It was McDonald's page that was pointed and directed toward African American people. Did you never look at this?
So let me get this straight. It's just a page of people talking about McDonald's, but you can only be black to be on the page?
No. It was literally an official website, McDonald's website, and it was targeting black people. Now it was called like 365 McDonald's Black or something like that. And you'd go to the page, regular McDonald's page, regular, here's our menu and stuff, but it's just got like a black background. It's got more African American people on it. It's got job opportunity. It's got everything that you'd expect to find on a normal fast food website. You know what? I should have looked it up before this. I'll have it for you guys next podcast if it's still up. I'm sure somebody's complained by now and it's taken down. But there was a black McDonald's page.
Well,
because they wanted
before
target
I agree with the complaint, was there also a white American page? Was there an Asian American page?
Not that I know.
Latina?
Does there need to be?
Latino? Yeah.
What's wrong with just regular McDonald's?
Oh, nothing. But if you're going to have this page that you were talking about, which I have yet to see, so you may have made this up, if they are going to have this page, then you might as well have a page for everyone.
No, make no mistake about it. It is not a made-up spot at all. It is 100% was a legitimate site, and it was preposterous, to be honest. I didn't expect it. I thought it was a joke when I first heard about it. I'm going to search for this. Listeners could search for it. It might be up there still. It may have been bought out. Who knows? But it was like their effort to integrate into black culture.
I honestly think that McDonald's is definitely integrated within the black culture. Unfortunately?
Yeah, it's killing our people through cardiovascular disease.
You think McDonald's is killing black people?
That cheap food is killing people who are able to afford it. Let's say that.
Everyone.
Let's say that the people who are only able to afford that, or able to afford only that, are taking the hardest hit from it. Have you heard of food deserts?
Mm-mm.
Where there's no like actual fresh food, like tomatoes and lettuce and fresh vegetation. Like you go to La Jolla or a rich neighborhood, and they've got like markets, Whole Foods and stuff, where you can buy healthy foods.
Right.
And there are food deserts where there are places that there's nothing like this around anywhere. Like if you wanted to get something healthy, good luck. That kind of situation. Like the best you're gonna find is Food for Less, where the lettuce is salted. Like that's the best you're gonna get. And it's
unless you leave the area.
Unless you leave the area completely. I'm like, people who take buses, people who can't afford to drive, 20 miles to just get groceries and milk and, pasteurized free-range chicken eggs, they're stuck with their limitations, and it's awful. It's always in the ghettos. Always in the ghettos.
Come on, man. This is getting a little sad now.
It's awful. I'll tell you what's not getting sad. There's one thing that everybody loves about the podcast. It's been the most overwhelmingly appreciated segment. Okay, it's been the segment that people have requested the most. You know what time it is. I know what time it is.
Mm-hmm.
It is time to get dignified.
Dignified.
People have been asking for another wonderful advice section, right? And that's what we're here for.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just talking about nonsense. It's also about giving great advice to people. And so that's what we want to do. We've got another amazing question that's been cultivated from online. You guys sent it directly to us.
Thank you.
And shout out to Aaron for keeping these coming. You've done a really good job. One of the few things I can actually compliment about your time here as producer is actually giving us good questions. So I thank you for that. Don't get cocky.
Aaron, you're doing a great job. You're really sweet. Appreciate it.
You're doing a good job. I'm throwing great out there like that.
Great.
And this is a racial one. Fantastic.
Oh, I take it all back, Aaron.
This is great.
I immediately take it back.
The title, I guess the topic overall. Should I break up with my boyfriend if I have a suspicion that he has yellow fever and would prefer an Asian woman? First thoughts.
Yeah. Is he cheating?
Let's get further.
Yeah, like
I need more
just
information.
because you think he's into Asians. I'm guessing she is not Asian. So I mean, if he ain't cheating, whatever. He may like Asian porn, or he likes some Asian TV shows.
Let's find out.
All right.
They continue. He's American, Irish descent, and he's 29. Don't know why that's relevant. All of his girlfriends before me have been Japanese American and extremely high maintenance.
Oh.
They have hundreds of selfies on themselves on social media. Write better, people. On themselves on social media, where they've excessively used Facetune. They all talk about money and etc. The way he describes the relationships made it sound like these were escorts. He bought his ex a $3,000 purse after dating for a couple of months and took her on an international vacation, etc.
Got him, coach.
She also demanded that he celebrate her birthday month, a daily gift for the whole month. A daily gift for the whole month. And he did absolutely everything she said, no exceptions. One time, he didn't do what she asked, and she smashed his computer with a hammer. And he still stayed with her until 2 a.m. He still stayed with her for a year after that. He even paid her rent. It took her literally staying out until 2 a.m. one morning, cheating on him for him to finally break up with her. I'm an attractive Caucasian female, also Irish, and he pays for nothing for me. He makes us split everything 50-50 and has never once treated me to dinner. It's always been split, and we've been dating for 4 months. I can't help but think that he has an Asian fetish, considering the money he spent on these women and the ish he put up with to stay with them. They weren't even that good looking. Eyelash extensions, fake nails, tattooed eyebrows, heavy makeup, etc. His treatment of his Asian girlfriends versus me is like night and day. PsychoGeno, should she break up with him?
Yeah, clearly you are unhappy, and well, should she? It sounds like, yeah, you're unhappy. He's not treating you the way that he treated them, which may imply that he doesn't feel quite the same as he did about them than he does about you. With that being said, girl, you see he has the potential to be controlled, and I think you need to step it up a little bit.
Unbelievable.
If this woman got a $3,000 purse, if another woman, or if it's the same lady, got a birthday month, not even a week, a month.
Her birthday better be on the 2nd.
I think you need to tighten things up with this guy. You need to one day you need to show him who's in charge, and maybe he'll bend. If you don't want to be that kind of woman because that's not who you are and that's not who you want to be, and that's clearly what he wants, okay, whatever. I don't know what the problem is that you guys are splitting everything equal. It sounds like woman equality to me. So leave him if you're unhappy, and if you want things to be that way, then be that girl, and then he's gonna stick with
She
that.
can't be Asian.
No, be that bossy girl who's high maintenance.
Oh, I see what you're saying. This is fantastic. This is hilarious to me.
Yeah, well, it's sad too.
It's funny because she assumes he has Asian fever because the way he treated them versus the way he's treating her.
Right.
He must have Asian fever. I'm sorry, yellow fever.
Yeah.
Because he treated them well, and we have to split. Maybe he just doesn't like you like that. Maybe it has nothing to do with their race.
That's very possible.
It's just incredible. How self-centered can she be? That like it can't possibly be anything wrong with me. I'm perfect. Therefore, he just must not like, Caucasian women. That has to be the answer. And I love the way that she's like, they weren't even good looking because they had eyelash extensions and fake nails. And I'm like, hold on a second. Cardi B has all that. Nicki Minaj, like that's like literally what half of the celebrities have. Eyelash extensions, fake nails, tattoos, heavy makeup. Isn't that Kim Kardashian? And she's gorgeous
Kim
when
is
she's made
pretty without makeup as well.
Oh, she's beautiful without. Absolutely. But she's also beautiful with. And she does tons of makeup. That doesn't make them unattractive. I'm thinking there's some jealousy here, without question.
Of course,
100%
definitely.
jealousy. And is there racism? I'm going to go ahead and right there. Is there racism with this person?
No, I don't think it's racism. But I would say, bro, why would you tell her, by her I mean the current girlfriend, the Irish girlfriend,
right.
Why would you tell her how you treated these other women?
That's what I wanted to know. You hit the nail. How does she know so much about this?
Yeah, man, what are you doing?
I can't bend. She said they've only been dating for 4 months.
4 months.
And she knows everything about that, all the trips they went on, how much he spent on a bag. She's been all on their social media
Pretty
pages.
Specific.
Maybe she's doing some stalking. Because like I said, she said they got 1,000 selfies and stuff. I mean, she knows that the ex stayed out till 2 a.m. cheating on him. That's a very specific detail.
Very detailed.
Very detailed. Like maybe it's because, maybe it's just 4 months, and that's why he hasn't, started spoiling you. I mean, apparently he was with this girl for another year after all this stuff, after she smashed his computer. So he's putting in time with these women. You're 4 months. And you're already complaining? What do you want, a ring and a house?
She's not complaining.
She's kind of complaining. She
she's
doesn't want to pay Dutch.
She's venting.
She doesn't want to spend 50% on anything.
She wants the same treatment.
Wait, isn't venting complaining?
Yeah, but not to him.
She's still complaining.
She's letting it off her chest.
She's a racist Irish woman.
She is not
Is yellow fever real?
Yes.
That's racist though, right?
It's the same thing as jungle fever. Is jungle fever racist?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
For someone to declare you to have it, I think that makes you racist.
But what if it's true?
I don't think there's anything wrong. Like you want what you want. I like the color red more than the color blue. Like that's just
I don't think it's kind of like that, but yeah.
I'm just saying people have preferences that they don't necessarily have to justify. It's an internal thing. So if you just like Asian women, fine.
No. You like them more. Like you could like everyone, but that could be your weakness.
Fair enough. Same thing. I could like the color red more than I like the color blue. Every car I buy is red. That doesn't mean that I hate blue cars. I just, when given a preference. Now, if the only options are blue or green or purple, then I'll go blue. But wait, is that a red car on the back of the lot? Hold on a second. Bring the red one around. That's the one I want.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean I hate the blue.
No.
But to presuppose that because I always have red cards, that means I have some type of, I don't know, it feels racist to me.
It's not a presuppose. Okay, let's say you have that blue car and your friend's like, hey, Rubizmo. Right. Yeah. I noticed with the blue car you got, you don't wash it every Sunday like you used to. The rims don't remain waxed. The motor isn't clean.
Right.
You're not taking as great. The condition of the vehicle is not as great as the red car. What's up with that?
Yeah.
And you would notice, you'd be like, I don't know. It's
Good
not
point.
the red car.
It's not the same. I just don't care for it as much.
Exactly. So she has a point.
But to be fair, what if that red car was the car I had from high school? That's the one that I worked on for so many years with my pops. That's the one I have so many memories in. She's had this car for she's a 4-month-old car.
Mentioned other. Here's the real worry. Okay.
Right.
One of these days, someone's gonna come to you, Rubizmo, and say, "Man, guess what?" You're gonna say, "What?" I found the perfect car for you. It's red. It's right up your alley. Everything's done, and and it's cheaper than the blue car.
Right.
You're gonna drop that blue car for that red car.
You're making a good point. You make a compelling point.
So she has a point.
I don't-
She knows she's.
So you're saying she sees the future is what you're saying.
Anytime any Asian girl comes around, he's gonna be like, "Sorry, I'm gone."
That's a good point. Now, there's nothing to suggest that he's infidelity.
Yeah,
That
cheating.
He hasn't cheated.
Yeah.
How do you say that?
Infidelity. You're right.
All right. He hasn't had any of that. He was cheated on and still stayed. Loyalty is what I'm saying.
He's loyal.
She can see the future. She can't see the present. You are there 4 months. You need to act like a 4-month girl. Secondly, if you are even asking the question, should you break up? No, you should not break up, right? You should not break up. But you should ask the question then. If you're concerned that much that you're thinking about breaking up, then you need to go to him and say, hey, what's going on? Like, do you just like Asian girls more? Is this a legitimate thing? Or because he may have had an experience in his past, and now he's like, nah, that's not for me.
Nope, I disagree with him completely. What she should do, she should not go to him because he's going to say, baby, no, baby, I like you. What are you talking about? Blah, blah, blah. That was my past. You are my present and future. Blah, blah, blah. She needs to find some homegirls. Do an experiment. One of these weekends when he goes out with his homeboys, throw a Caucasian Irish girl. Well, she's not around. Have a spy. Have this girl flirt with her man.
So
see
she's
how
gotta
he
find-
responds.
Okay.
Yeah. 2 weeks later, or the next gathering, have an Asian girl hit on this man.
What if the Asian girl's just more attractive?
Vet before. Make sure they are equally attractive. No. Make sure the Caucasian is more attractive. Make sure the Caucasian Irish is more attractive.
The way you raised your eyebrows,
then-
you said that for everyone. Make sure the Caucasian is more
Make
attractive.
sure the Caucasian is more attractive. And then throw the Asian. And if he really takes the bait on that Asian, like he hits her up and she's like, hey, girl, he is really blowing me up. Well, there you go. You have your answer.
Well, yeah, then he likes her more than your friend.
He likes the Asian.
I don't know. You know what? Good luck. I say confront him. I'm a straight shooter, right from the hip. Pow.
But
you want to set up traps and booby traps and stuff.
You will not get a straight answer.
That's up to her to be discerning. Okay, you put your money on the table to play poker. You got to figure it out. Am I bluffing or not? Okay, she danced in the dance of a relationship. She got to figure it out. I can't walk her through this hand in hand.
He's going to bluff.
That's up to her.
Or he's going to say, you know what? You're right. This isn't working.
We out. Done. Everyone wins. Everyone wins.
Yeah, because she wasted her time. Yeah, you know what? She needs to leave.
Be straight. Ask first. Find out what's going on.
I say leave or run the sting operation.
Okay. Leave or the sting operation.
Those are my two options. Leave or sting.
Unbelievable. Well, I'm not certain we solved the problem, but we got closer to something.
The problem? There is no problem. He has a little bit of Asian
persuasion.
Yellow fever.
Yellow fever.
Yellow fever.
Unbelievable. And we're going to work on the show name. That's got to come. Do you want to sign out in any particular way?
Nah.
You good? How we good? All right.
I'm good. Thanks for listening.
Thank you indeed.